Hi, Tyle from Interfidelity here at CanJam Rocky Mountain Audio Fest 2015. I'm in the 1964 ears booth with Vitaly. What was your last name again?
Belanoshko.
Vitaly Belanoshko. And need some borscht after that.
Yep.
And he's going to talk to us about their in-ear monitors with a very unusual device, the Adele. What is it?
It's the Ambrose diaphonic ear lens.
The Ambrose diaphonic ear lens. All right, Vitaly, let's hear about this gadget.
Yeah. So, first off, we've had a lot of exciting changes happen lately at 1964 Ears, and one of them is we actually are transitioning into the brand name 64 Audio. And the reason for that is because being a professional, monitoring company, I've been working for some time now on other products that are not in-ears that will be sold as, kind of like companions to the earpieces that we started making back in, since 2010,
right?
Essentially. So 64 Audio is kind of the umbrella company that will engulf these other products. But we're very, we love the history that 1964 Ears has built, and so we're essentially having that be the product line for the custom fit stuff. So, so that's kind of the thing that's happened recently. And the other is Adele technology, and we've been working on Adele for about a year. Since we launched our Kickstarter last November, it was. So,
listening to what you like and what you know.
Essentially, when you called it a gadget, I mean, the gadget is the earpiece. Adele is actually the technology, and which is based on science. And I met Stephen Ambrose, the inventor, in early July of 2014, and so we've immediately clicked, and I immediately saw that Adele is what I personally was missing and what I need in our products. So we just hit the ground running. We started working, and we've now introduced 2 new lines of products with Adele, and that's the Custom Fit A Series, which go from 2 drivers all the way up to 12 drivers. And then we have the Universal Fit called the U Series, and they go from 2 driver to up to 12 driver. So, and all of these new products are based around the Adele technology.
And can you tell us a little bit about the Adele technology and what its purpose is and how it works?
The purpose of Adele is to really open up the ear in a way that you don't create an environment where it's a closed system and the air has nowhere to escape as the speaker is moving. And I think what's been underestimated is the amount of air inside the ear canal is compressible. Because like everything is, we know compressed air can be put into a can and all that stuff. One of the things that you have to take into account, though, is that there's a very little amount of air inside the ear canal, and it's extremely stiff. And there's all sorts of, experiments you can do to kind of find that out. But essentially, we wanted to strip the pneumatic pressure and just leave the sound pressure, which is SPL and not pascals or kilopascals, and be able to have the eardrum respond, have the eardrum relaxed and respond to only the sound wave instead of the pneumatic pressure wave. So, there's a lot more science around it, but I'm just trying to boil it down really, really quickly here. But essentially, a lot of people are reporting this open can feel, like the circumaural headphones. They're kind of equating them to that because you just don't feel the closet feel and being stuffed in, because all of a sudden it allows these pressures to be absorbed by an airbag, so to speak. The Adele membrane takes the punches while your eardrum stays relaxed, and sort of normal function is restored.
Yeah. There's an interesting little demo model here. There's a speaker at the end of this tube, and on this end, I'm not sure if we can see it vibrate when the Adele pressure is off, but this is mimicking the Adele membrane, and what it does is it relieves what they call pneumatic pressure from what this would be the eardrum. And if I put my hand on top of this, it's hard to see, but you can see the eardrum moving a lot more. So essentially, this Adele membrane is stripping off this low frequency pressure from the signal.
Yeah, and that's the interesting thing is that the pressures are severe at low frequencies, because we know that the lower the frequency, the more the speaker has to move. And so it's not such a problem at high frequencies, except that when you put high frequencies that are riding on top of low frequency modulation, the low frequencies will distort the highs as well.
Right.
So it's a very original and almost, I would say, logical approach to stripping away the bias on the eardrum with the low frequencies.
Well, I have to tell folks that one thing is that I measured a lot of in-ear monitors, and I do observe in a lot of in-ear monitors excessive bass energy. Whether they wanted more bass on the headphone or not, and it's just tuned up, I don't know, but there does seem to be a lot of excessive bass energy. The other thing is that I did listen to the 12s with the Adele, and they have an adjustable thing so you can kind of turn it on and turn it off. I did hear a difference, but I was sort of expecting to hear a much greater difference than what I heard. I did hear some difference in the bass. Maybe it lost a little bit of impact, but I'm not sure. It's one of those things where it may be righter, but I don't know. So I have to check it out. But I'm going to look more into this, because while I think there's parts of it that are hard for me to square in terms of the science, there's also parts of it that make me believe that, this is a real problem, and there's some pretty convincing video of eardrum movement and things like that I've seen, and so it's a rather interesting and sort of a complicated thing. I'll be reporting more on it in the future, because it's something that I think it's important for hearing safety for us to go down these alleys and find out if they're, really a good thing to do or not, or what, but this sort of exploration is excellent, and so I applaud you for embracing it and giving it a go. In the for what it's worth category, the earpieces that I heard were quite good, and the Adele thing wasn't dramatically changing that, so it's one of those things where in my mind, it's still better keep my mind open about this.
And the one thing I would like to mention is that we're only scratching the surface of the Adele concept. We didn't want to go completely outside the box, because if you do something too weird, then it's a lot harder for people to accept. So I would say this is the transitional staging to what Adele, fully Adele earpieces will be like.
Are you working, or are you talking, and maybe you can't even say, but are you talking to them about the ear pump and the inflatable seal?
I guess the cat's out of the bag a bit on that one, but
he had that a long time ago. It's very interesting.
Well, the thing is that he had it more for where it looked like it would be for hearing aids.
Hearing aids, yeah.
But we're finding out that it's amazing for pro audio use.
Really?
So that's what we're exploring, and that is really the best embodiment of the Adele technology.
Yeah.
So
does the inflated thing actually act as the diaphragm at that point?
So
it does.
You're putting a huge ear lens inside your ear.
Wow.
Which in here we can only do about less than a quarter inch.
So the technology that we're talking about here is Stephen Ambrose had a demonstration device anyway that was it basically uses the sound pressure itself to inflate a little balloon that is in your ear to seal your ear. So the way the tip seals in your ear is by inflating this balloon, which then acts as the pressure relief.
Because it is actively inflated.
Right.
You know, it's constantly being inflated, so it's like a pad that a stuntman would jump on. That's not inflated to where he bounces back.
Right.
It absorbs. So
right.
That's really what Adele technology is really based on. And like I said, we're definitely making a lot of improvements over conventional in-ears, but it's not the end goal. You know, we're really headed towards that technology. And it's gonna, it's just taking a lot of research, but we're convinced that will be the thing that blows people's socks off. Because of a completely different approach towards,
and potentially a huge improvement in comfort with those.
I've already tried some. And if people are familiar with what's called an occlusion effect, the boom in your head when you talk, does not exist.
It's not there.
And
because it's not a hard sealed chamber anymore.
And it's able to absorb any vibrations coming off the canal. So essentially, we're scratching the surface, like I said, and it's amazing or it's exciting rather that there's years and years of exploration to be done. So. I'm extremely lucky to have met Stephen Ambrose, and we just naturally clicked, and we've been working together for over a year, and
Well, Vitaly, I'm excited for you. I think this is it's a very cool development in an avenue that nobody else is on at the moment, and so I wish you the best of luck, man. Congratulations,
Thank you so much.
And I look forward to seeing how this develops over time.
Yes,
excellent.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you guys at the next booth.